Hello and welcome to Real Talks, Episode 3.
Be real talk, life in a movie scene, critics blind as critic, they don't fuck with me, flows acidic.
For those returning, welcome back. For those tuning in for the first time, welcome. And gotcha, bitch. Alright, so for Episode 3, we're going to be talking about him. So a few honorable cast mentions. We know Marlon Wayans is in there. And they also had an up-and-coming artist. I enjoy her a lot. Her name's Tierra Whack. So that was really cool. Cool to see her starring in something on the big screen, you know? But yeah, so let me jump right into it. We're going to talk about him, directed by Justin Tipping, however that may be pronounced. I may be butchering that, but no disrespect. And Jordan Peele helped write with the movie as well.
Did you call me a pessimist? Nah, I'm more of an optimist that has a risk crime, you ain't stopping.
For people that have been here before, you know, I like to try to divide this up into 5 sections. That is deeper meanings, turning points, cliches, some freestyle opinions, and then I'll wrap it up with some reviews, my own personal reviews, and overall reviews from like Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb, things like that. Kicking some things off, I want to start out with a little summary of the movie. I really enjoyed how it was broken down into 6 days, almost like a week of everything that's going on. Really gives the viewer a way to understand how much time has gone by, pretty much time lapse of things, and how quickly things amp up within this movie. So day 1 was labeled fun, which is main character Cam going to training camps, running drills, getting to know the team, and then getting his physical and everything like that done. Very fucking weird, by the way, but you know, I digress. Day 2 is poise. This is where things started ramping up a little bit. During training and drills, Cam, he kind of kept dropping the ball, you know, and there's consequences for his actions. I don't want to spoil anything just yet for those that haven't seen it, but for those that have, there's consequences for his actions, and it's kind of draw. That's the day he gets his staples removed, things like that, and some things come up about his dad, so we kind of end up going down that trailing journey with him for a little bit. Day 3 is labeled leadership. That's where he ends up having a head-on collision or a head-to-head hit in practice. He gives a call home. He's feeling a little homesick, things like that. That's when Marlon's character, I think his name is Isaiah, kind of starts wilding out a little bit. He starts getting a little weird, and Cam starts noticing things are a little bit off with him. Day 4, resilience. The team, everyone gets together and they go hunting, which is really cool. They end up doing a hit or miss bet, which is kind of weird because I guess concept behind that is also very hit or miss. It goes into day 5. Day 5 is called vision. And that's where Cam has a lot to really go through. He goes to a party, things like that. Isaiah or Marlon Wayans, they end up doing like a last dinner reference, and one of the teammates tells Cam, like, he just looks him in the face and he just tells him to run, like, get out before it's too late. And that's kind of weird, being that this man worked so hard to get to where he's at. But whatever. Day 6 is called sacrifice. What you know about sacrifice? To be him, you gotta sacrifice. To be a hero in your own story, sometimes you gotta be a villain in others. And it just be like that. But during this day, things pop off with Marco, things pop off with Isaiah and Cam. The long foreseen and awaited one-on-one happens between the GOATs, because there can be only one GOAT, and you gotta know that. Alright, apparently. I kind of noticed some things that were going on, and I was like, ooh, maybe that's some foreshadowing, or maybe that's some deeper meaning that ties to our reality in some type of way, or, you know, maybe I just thought it was a deeper meaning and it was just bullshit. So on day 3, it was a lot of day 3, which was leadership. It's a lot of grooming of the next up and coming GOAT. That's where they're just doing a lot of things to make Cam look good, make him in his make him look his best, make him look above the rest of the team. And even though the other players of the team have been there for a while, that Cam's coming in and he's about to take over as this person. The reason I thought that had a deeper meaning is just like, I mean, let's look at our reality. Let's look at how GOATs of any industry or era have their successor come aboard, and or how they pick their successor, or why there's even successors. You know, like even in rap, they talk about someone's got to have the crown. So then that leads into day 6, which is on sacrifice, where Cam's waking up to Isaiah pumping blood into himself, like, and then ask him if he wants a bump of this shit, and he's like, "No, I'm good." Like, that's some weird nigga shit, you know. But I guess the deeper meaning behind that is like, you gotta have the blood of a GOAT pumping through your veins. It's something that's in you at birth. It's genetic. Being a beast, being a GOAT, being him, it's fucking genetic. And when 2 apexes end up in the same environment, they gotta battle it out. If you don't get it, you don't get it. But if you do, you do. Turning points that I thought happened above the film was day 2, Poised, when Cam realized that there was penalties and consequences for his actions of not catching the ball and fumbling the ball and dropping the ball, however else you want to say it. And that ultimately your team does pay the price when your eye's not on the ball. That's when things kind of really turned for him, and he realized, shit's real here, and I don't know if I could really hang. Day 3, Isaiah starts being weird and like deep throwing a gun and all this kind of shit, and he ends up killing a woman. And I think that's when Cam realizes, like, yeah, like before they were crazy, now they're psycho. Like, or at least Isaiah is psycho. This man has lost all his marbles, dropped them, rolled them under the table. See ya, be ya, you know?
Sorry, what?
Cliches of the movie. I'm sure there's more than just a few, but I'm just gonna rattle off 1 or 2 just to kind of save some time. So first being that, come on now, like everybody has seen leader of the pack being a fucking psychopath. Like we've all seen that. We've all seen captains and leaders of teams be the one that's losing their marbles, you know? Like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot in Blue Mountain State with Thad, you know? This movie would be if Thad had went to the NFL, I would think, personally. So, I mean, that's a little bit of a cliche mixed with personal opinion. All right, another one is on day 5, Vision. The Last Supper reference. Boo. That shit was kind of lame, you know? If you didn't pick up on it, then you was probably sleeping. And if you was sleeping, I don't blame you, you know? This movie was definitely missing, I'm not gonna say something, because it was definitely more than something.
The fuck did you call me a pessimist? Nah, I'm more of an optimist.
Personally, I thought it was a Jordan Peele movie. When I saw his name attached to it, I was very excited. It wasn't his movie. So if you go into it knowing it's not his movie, you won't be let down. And that's just my personal opinion, because his other movies really fucking threw me for a loop. I was not expecting certain things, and his take on life in those worlds is insane. I will say that the gore was really cool, but that's just because I'm also a huge horror fan. But I figured the gore was pretty nice, interesting, a little different. Definitely body gore, cringy, you know. But the story was lacking. The story was lacking heavy as hell, you know. And that's okay. I did like the way the movie broke itself down into 6 days. Very easy to follow. Kind of easy to follow the chain of events and how quickly things amped up and how little time Cam had to respond to everything. I feel like every Marlon movie got a good crazy white bitch in it, and this crazy white bitch, whew, was she a crazy white bitch? Yes. Yes. That's all I gotta say about it. I think it's also kind of weird and ironic that the team's name is the Saviors. The Saviors. Who are they saving if they can't save themselves? So let me save you some more time. I'm gonna wrap this up. All right, getting into the reviews of the movie. Personally, I'm gonna give it like a 2.5 or 3, and that's me being generous. I didn't like what I was seeing. I just liked how I was seeing it, if that's the easiest way to put it. And that's all I'm gonna say about it. Rotten Tomatoes gave this a 30%, and IMDb gave it a 5.1 out of 10. They said, barely above average. And I understand. I'm not hating, but I wasn't enjoying either. Thank you for tuning into episode 3 of Real Talks. I'm your host, King Tut. If there's anything you agree with, disagree with, and or have a different perspective and or view on it from the movie Him, please leave a comment, drop a like. That is always appreciated. And if there's a movie that you feel like I should watch next and or to put in my queue or add to my letterbox, please let me know and leave that in the comments as well. All right, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. King Tut out. Woo!
Be real talk, life in a movie scene. Critics blind as Riddick, they don't fuck with me. Flows acidic, reflux from gluttony. Got love for the game, not the pageantry.